Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I've got a different type of video. I want to do more videos like these in the future. So I've got my collection of like action figures and stuff from franchises that I personally enjoy. So let's begin with my only Star Wars figure. This guy, this clone captain, I believe. Just got him yesterday. Really like him. Good articulation all around. His elbows could go out really far. Holds his gun really well. Head's on a ball joint, you know, all that. The thighs can't go out, they could only go only like this far. The ankles swivel all around and move up and down, and the knees can bend and have a swivel, and so do the elbows. Yeah, he's got really nice detailing as well. And well, green's my favorite color, so can't resist. Alright. Next, what should I do? I think I'll just go in a random order. Here is Master Chief from Halo 4. Got him in a pretty big lot. Gun is a little broken, but that's okay. I have plenty more of them. He's got, you know, basically same articulation. But he looks really good, though, honestly. He did a good job. No doubt. So, yep. Yeah, and hopefully more Halo content will be coming to the channel. And more Star Wars stuff as well. Here is a brown Combat Elite. Comes with this plasma rifle here. I got him in a lot as well. The arms, like the shoulders, like the joint connected to the torso is so stiff that it just doesn't move. The one thing I don't really like about these figures is the swivel at the wrist. Well, not exactly the swivel, it's more of the connection. It's super weak looking. But, at least, none of mine have broke, at least, while I've owned them. On to the next one. We've got a Sonic figure. Super silver. His hand broke off. Just recently fixed that. Well, since this is one of the later Jazzwares figures, his articulation is a little messed up. The quality went down towards the end. But he looks great. I'm glad they made him. Alright, next up. This tan Combat Elite. Exact same mold as the brown one, except it's not missing the other shoulder plate. Alright, next. Charmy B. Now, I've had my Jazzwares figures for a while, and they tend to be very breakable. One day, his right antenna just decided to fall off, so, you know. Yeah, that happened. But, I mean, looks cool, though. Like, pretty sure it's the only Charmy figure. Grateful that it exists. Pretty sure that this is a Halo 3 Jackal. Really nice job with him, though, honestly. Oh, and by the way, most of the Halo figures are made by McFarlane Toys. Got this guy in a lot as well. kind of hard to get him to hold the right weapons. But, I mean, this carbine looks really nice. Can stand pretty well. Really like how he has the sniper scope on his face. Really good detailing all around and good articulation. I like the figure. Alright. Here we've got Mickey from Halo 3 ODST. Doesn't have his rocket launcher. I gave him this battle rifle because the rocket launcher's with a different figure. Really good though, like I'm impressed with this. And accurate scaling with Spartans too, as well. Here we've got a Halo 3 Red Recon Spartan, I'm pretty sure. This clip, this Mega Bloks clip, just happened to fit into his thigh, so you can attach his gun there. That's pretty useful, but yeah, he holds it really well. This isn't an official Halo weapon. Got this from a friend. But he's complete. Some of the figures I have are missing parts. Yeah, but really nice job though. When I got him, his knee was broken and it had to be glued back together. So that one doesn't bend. This one does. It's really loose. Well, just a great figure. I feel like I'm going to be saying that for a lot of these, but probably not this one. This is a Halo 3 Flood combat, and yeah, his articulation isn't that great. You can see why they did it like this. Just swivels. Same for the legs. And this hand. One of his feelers is missing. I don't know where that went. But, I mean, he looks like exactly like he does in the game. They really pulled off the spook factor here with the marine head still showing, which creeps me out, honestly. And this gigantic arm. Alright, here we have a like lime green EOD Spartan from Halo 3. So I got this guy in a lot, and then in another lot the shoulder plates came in another lot, so I was lucky enough to get those for him, but his chest plate is still missing. Other than that, really good figure. Same articulation and basic base as the Recon. So, yep. Alright. Here we've got none other than Tails, the man himself. Yeah, well, when this figure first came out, I'm pretty sure that the tails were up like this in a fixed position, so no one could get him to stand, but thankfully I have the fixed version that has the swivel. Really good articulation, everything you'd expect the earlier Jazzwares figure. It's really good all around, and he looks great, but the scaling leaves a little bit to be desired, because he's not supposed to be like just as tall as Sonic. Kind of want the new Jax posable figures that are coming out. They seem good. Right, here we've got one of the bigger guys. This Halo Reach Brute. His weapon is a little broken. His joints are really nice and tight because they use ratchets. You hear that? It looks great. Funny thing about him is that his mouth can open like this. I just think it's funny and cool. He's pretty big. Well, the brutes are supposed to be like that, so makes sense. Here we go. Here's a Halo 4 Jackal. I don't think it's quite as good as the Halo 3 one, but I mean, I think that they did a better job with the arms on this one, at least. Yeah, and then that fish-looking head. It's just great, you know. Just a good figure. Here's an interesting case. This is a green, or the actual color is called Sage in the game. This is a Hayabusa Spartan. This beam rifle. I don't really feel like putting it in his hand right now. It takes a little bit. But, like, I really wanted this guy, so I bought him individually. He looks great, though. Fortunately, one of his arms broke off right out of the box, but it's fixed now. Thankfully, but just really good. Same articulation as the others. So yeah, probably my favorite figure. Out of the Halo ones, at least. Here we've got a red Hayabusa Spartan with a rocket launcher. Same deal, really good figure. Here's probably, this one's probably tied for first with the Hayabusa for my favorite figures. This orange Combat Elite I got in a lot for a really good price, actually. Really lucky to have picked that lot up. Because usually this figure's way more expensive. He was a Toys R Us exclusive. And like, wow, that color though. I just love it. I gave him one of the best weapons in the game, in my opinion. The fuel rod cannon, which I just love to use. Outstanding figure. Here we've got the man Knuckles, rougher than the rest of them, you know. He's Knuckles. Anyways, well, really good figure, you know. Same articulation as Tails. He's getting worn down. His shoes are wearing off like the paint, and his joints are really loose. But at least he hasn't broken. Here's an interesting one. This is a Spartan Security. I just think that the bug-eyed visor is just so funny. But yeah, he's got the same articulation as all the other figures. Simple silver color. I think it looks really good. In this case, his weapon is a custom-made, meant to be a gravity hammer. And I made it out of Connects, which I think looks pretty good for what it's worth. Alright, here we have another Combat Elite, this time without shoulder pads and a broken hand. Here's a cardboard carbine on the back of him. Here's what the actual weapon looks like. This is before I actually had one of these. Still looks pretty good. It's being held on by this energy sword hilt. Still like him though, even though he's broken. Broken figures have charm. And this one's so big you can't even see his face. Just sit down. Here is a Joyride Halo Combat Evolved Red Spartan, which came from the lot that I got for a super good price. Like, I'm still like wowed out about that one, but yeah, most of the figures were broken, but I mean, some weren't. At least he still has this hand. But these figures were made with like really good quality in mind, and Joyride's just a great company. Sad that they went under. Still really want the Sonic Adventure 2 Bendy figure from Joyride. Be so cool to have that. Here's a Halo 3 Joyride figure. Worse condition though. I think he's Master Chief, but he's missing the visor and like his entire lower arm. Basically same articulation as any of the other figures before. I know I've said that a lot, but it's true. Most articulations the same. Here is a Halo 2 Joyride Hunter. When I got him, he was in pieces, but all we had to do was like just put everything together, put the chest plate on, and just glue it. I don't think he's complete. He's missing these two spikes that are supposed to be on his shoulders, but I like him. Just really good. I like the style that he's made in. It kind of feels cartoonish. Here is a, I'm pretty sure it's CQB Spartan. Basically same articulation. No. This guy has an SMG on his back. Really cool weapon. Really good looking figure. Supersonic. Really not good. Just look at this, like, the joints were made in such a way that they can, like, move around and get, like, messed up. You have to, like, reorient it every single time you want to pose him. And the feet are just loose, like, as heck. Like, look at this. But, I mean, he looks fine. Not the best figure, though. I wonder if there was an earlier release of him. Someone told me in the comments if you know. Alright, here's a Halo 3 drone figure, which I got in a lot. Surprisingly, not a single piece is broken. This is probably the second most fragile action figure I own, and nothing's broken. Somehow. But I mean, yeah, he's cool. Glad to have him. Pretty creepy though. Just like in the game. Here we've got SBO the Chameleon. Awesome guy right here. Just really cool figure. His joints are similar to the Supersonic, but they're not as loose, and they don't have the same like problem where they get messed up. He's aged pretty well. Nothing's broken. They just did a really good job with this guy. Like, the color is perfect. Just everything's perfect with this one. Here I've got a Halo Reach Marine figure. I haven't really played Halo Reach that much, so I don't really know much about it. I'll have to play the campaign eventually. Really good figure all in all. The articulation here is probably one of the best, I think. Like, especially at the wrists, like, I thought of everything here, and like, it's a ball joint at the ankle. Really good detailing. You can even see his face through the visor, so that's cool. Right. Next. Super Shadow. Same problem as Supersonic. Really, like, flimsy limbs. Also, his hand broke off and I had to fix that recently. Thanks to a friend. If you hear that anything's been fixed in this video, it's probably been because of him. Yeah, but I mean, he looks good. Oops. Just the way that these later figures are made just doesn't really please me. Here we've got this massive grunt who has a K'NEX made pistol. Why did I make this anyways? Yeah, he's pretty big for a grunt. He's missing his helmet. Oh jeez. Yeah, this part is like extremely thick. Literally could be used as a weapon. The articulation's fine. Tight joints though. It's like same toughness as the Brute figure. Okay, here we've got probably one of the coolest figures I have. Jazzwares Metal Sonic, and oh boy is he fragile. I can't believe I have not broken him over these like 10 years I've had him. This is like, but honestly, he's so cool. Like, wow. The way that they sculpted everything, and like the paint job too, though. Everything on this just screams quality. Except for the like fragileness, but you know, that's to be expected with Jazzwares. Can't really stand up. I think that's just a problem with mine. Can't stand on both feet. Because it's always just an offset. But he's really good. Next up, this Halo 3 Elite Flight, or Pilot. These are the guys that fly like the Banshees and like drive the vehicles. I got them for a really good price. Really good figure. Good quality. I like how they decided to make a Flight Elite instead of another Combat and use a new head mold. Same exact articulation as the other elites. Right. Here next up we've got my favorite, Vector the Crocodile, as you probably would all know. He needs no introduction. It's really awesome. He's like scaled perfectly with the Chaotix in my opinion. It's pretty good sizing, I'd say. Around that. Vector probably is taller than that, but I mean, take what I could get. There's a problem with mine though. I'm not sure this is meant to happen, but pretty sure this guy has 2 left arms. You could look at that. Like, I don't know how that happened, but I mean, I literally could not tell until like this year, so still is awesome. Yep. And the final figure, Sonic the Hedgehog, of course. He cannot stand because noodle limbs. Used to play with this thing until this happened, like all the time, so it's pretty worn down. Lots of memories with this guy. Like ouch. Look at that, ouch. That must hurt. Anyways, yeah, when I got this figure, I was thoroughly impressed. Even though I was still young. I just loved these Sonic figures. Yep, and same articulation as the other Sonic figures, of course. I feel like the heads on these figures could, like, break at any moment. Why did these guys have to be so fragile? They're just so awesome. Well, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Bye.